Welcome, everybody. My name's Ian. This is Rich.
How you doing?
We're a couple of Canuckleheads just talking sports.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm all right. What are we talking about today?
Well, there was something I wanted to talk about before we got into our topic today. It's a question.
There's always something.
Yeah, it is. I want to know why there's so much hate for the Maple Leafs across Canada. And here's the thing.
Yeah?
Just listen, hear me out for a second, folks.
This will be good.
Ottawa's struggling. Calgary's struggling.
Yeah.
Vancouver's at the bottom of the league.
There's only a couple of teams that are actually
Winnipeg's
Canadian
struggling.
teams that are doing all right.
Why is everybody hating us? Nobody's dumping on those teams. They're dumping on us.
I don't think, well, it's a couple of things. Because, one, I don't think everybody hates the Leafs.
Yeah.
And coming from a Habs fan, as you can see, that's saying something. So I'm going to be as objective as I can here. But I don't think everybody hates the Leafs. That's the first thing. But the other part of it is, people hate the Leafs. It has nothing to do with whether they're doing well or not. Matter of fact, it probably has more to do, they probably drum up more hate when they're doing well. But I think the reality is that Montreal as well, maybe not as much as the Leafs, but those franchises have followings right across the country. So there have been people who've been hating on the Leafs for whatever reason, for however long, since maybe they've got their own team in those cities. But they also have huge, huge followings. I was watching the Edmonton-Toronto game the other night, where they were in Edmonton, but if you closed your eyes, you probably couldn't tell where they were. And lots of times, like, there was those chants, the Go Leafs Go and all that. You'd be hearing that, and you'd be hearing it like back and forth between Go Leafs Go and Let's Go Oilers.
Yep.
It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I think that's a big part of what's going on is that they just have a huge following across the country, and other cities where their NHL teams just resent them because
they've got that following.
So it's been a while. I don't know if you remember, but they actually used to be a storied franchise. Back in the day.
I told you, I lived through 3 cups. Granted, one of them was when I was in, a crib in diapers, but hey, it was still counted.
I can remember the last 3 or 4 like it was yesterday.
Yeah, shut up. How about you? Can you tell us why you think, why people think Toronto is, why they hate Toronto so much? Give us a clue.
Well,
comment down below and let us know. Maybe we'll read some of those on our next show. How's that sound?
Yeah.
So, aside from that,
go on to the real topic.
Yeah, let's go to the Leafs.
Oh, okay.
The way that they're, well, I didn't wear this for nothing.
I kind of think you did.
Stop it. There's always a reason to wear the blue and white. It's easy to bleed red. Everybody does, but it's tough to bleed blue and white, baby. Okay.
A lot of blood spilled.
So the Leafs are in a position right now, and I believe that they are not going to make the playoffs. That's my gut sense, and a lot of people are on board with that.
I think your belief is well founded.
There you go. But that leaves the question of what the hell do they do now? What do you think?
Well, they got to do what they really should be doing is something that I don't think the base, or at least I think that the organization doesn't believe the base would be able to handle. Because really, where they are, they're in like no man's land.
Yeah.
Because they've got like some expensive pieces that have been around for going on 10 years now.
Yeah. Yeah.
They ran one out of town.
That's true. They did.
And that didn't help them.
Sorry, Marner.
Hey, that's a whole other episode.
Yeah.
But really, they need to break it down and start off by unloading their UFAs.
Right. Who are
not
like I don't even know who
re-signing.
they are right now.
Yeah, there's a handful, but
Right.
they're talking about Lawton, which is he's a piece that they'd be able to get something decent back for
Yeah.
because he's he's one of those guys that can fit in on any contender.
Yeah, that's right. He's a deep guy. He'd be like a third liner. Or
He's a
something.
he's he's a bottom 9 guy probably,
yeah,
and he
yeah.
plays center,
Yeah,
center or wing, so he's
yeah,
versatile.
that's what gets you.
He's got some grit.
Yeah, yeah.
So him, they'd probably be smart if they could keep Ekman Larson, but they might be smarter to move him now because he's had a resurgence in his career, and he's a guy who's won a cup,
Right.
and he's a guy that teams would like on the back
Yeah.
end. He could fit into a first or second pair,
Right.
probably a second pair on a
Right.
contending team or
So
a team with
you're
aspirations.
looking at it not just
That's just the start.
Yeah, that's not just what the Leafs can do for themselves, but what other teams are looking at as far as how it fits for them.
Well,
right?
I mean,
It has to be.
okay.
It has to be that way.
Here's the first thing. It absolutely has to be that way, and
Yeah.
that's one of the problems with when people talk about making trades. Mm-hmm. They're always making trades based on the fact that here's what I need to do.
Right.
Let me figure out
Yeah.
how I'm going to do it and sell my wares to somebody
Yeah.
however I can do it.
Yeah.
The reality is, if you're going to have success at making a trade,
Yeah.
you really have to find the people that need what you have and have an interest in what you have. And one of the key issues, I think, that again why the Leafs find themselves in the place that they do is they tend to overvalue their assets.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So you can't just go out there as a real GM, I don't think,
Yeah.
and say, here's my guy, here's what I want for him. You really
Yeah.
have to find a partner, because that's what it is. A trade is a partnership.
absolutely.
It's not a
Absolutely.
zero sum thing.
Yep.
If you're going to make a deal,
Yep.
you got to have somebody on the other end that is willing, not just willing to take what you have, but wants what you have,
Right.
and is willing to give you something
Okay.
that you want.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
a lot
agree
of
with that.
a lot of trade speculation is about we need to move this guy and get this guy,
Yeah.
and the guys you're moving or the guys you're taking back are always way better than the guys
Yeah,
you're giving up.
that's right. That's right. It's yeah.
You're
And
not gonna-
again, it's not. They overvalue what they're giving rather than what they're how they're getting.
It's about matchmaking, right?
Yeah, it is about matchmaking. And then I think about, well, do they take it to the studs? Do they? And it's been suggested by a lot of pundits that let's just strip it down. Let's get rid of
Well-
Nylander. Let's get rid of Matthews.
Well, no, you know what? It's not
You
even.
know?
See,
and not get rid of.
no,
but you
it's
know
true.
what I mean.
But that's I think that's what the fan base does a lot. Is like we want to get rid of these guys, which is bringing the wrong attitude to the party.
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing you have to consider is you got to look at guys that you think you might want to keep, because those are the guys that are probably going to have value to somebody else. So
Right.
if you really want to make a move,
Yeah.
you're going to have to look at a Nylander.
Right.
And the other side of that is he's a great player, great talent, been here for about the better part of a decade.
Yeah. He has.
You guys have not gotten past the first. Sorry,
Yeah.
you got into the second round once, twice?
Twice, I think. Yeah.
I know I should be able to count. It's not a lot.
It's not a lot. It's on
But,
one hand. Ouch.
But yeah, so they really should be thinking about that. And they really should be thinking about, like I was saying, taking it down to the studs and starting from scratch. But if you do that, what you're looking at is stinking for about
Oh yeah.
2, 3, 4 years. And
The fan base.
The,
here won't
the
put up
Canadians
with that.
went through that,
Yeah.
but they kind of got a little bit lucky
Yeah. They did.
because they came out of that
Yeah.
out of the COVID year,
Yeah.
got into the finals, got a lucky
Yep.
run on the back of Carey Price, God bless him.
Yep.
But then they were expecting probably before that happened to start going into the tank, but that happened.
Yeah, it happened. Yeah.
And the good news is they drafted really well, and they got
they
some
did.
serious prospects that
Right.
are panning out. They're probably, because of getting into the playoffs last year, they're a year at least, if not further, ahead of schedule. So they got lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. They
But
did.
the reality is, probably looking at 3, 4, 5 years before you get back into
That's right.
contention,
That's
before
right.
you even look at a cup, which
Yep.
kind of puts you over the 6-decade mark about
Yeah.
in terms of that chalice that everybody wants that you guys.
Yeah. Well, and when you look at it too, when I say take it to the studs, I mean not getting rid of everybody. I don't think you can.
You can't.
have to keep.
No.
You have to keep an asset that you can build around.
Yeah. Well,
and you have to choose which one that would be.
Well, taking it to the studs means really. I mean, if you look at it literally,
Yeah.
the studs are there's like
Bare bones.
4 or 5
Yep.
key pieces, and if you're looking at it like a building that you're
Yep.
taking to the studs, what are you doing?
Yep.
It's not down to one piece. There's like 4 or 5
That's right.
things that are key,
Yeah.
and then you build up around it. So
Yeah.
you got to decide what those are.
That's right.
And there was something I read the other day that actually makes a lot of sense when you're making that consideration.
Yeah.
Are your pillars the stars that are there now, or are your pillars the prospects that you really believe are going to make it? Because if you're looking at the timeline of 4 or 5 years, let's say
Yep.
you take it down to the studs and you go down to, you decide you're going to keep Matthews,
Right.
and he's willing to stay through that.
Yep.
He's pushing 30 now,
Yep.
so
So
4
when you
years
get
from now,
through that.
when you're coming out the other side,
Yeah.
he's 34.
That's right.
Maybe 35. Is he still producing 30, 40 goals a year?
Wow.
Is he the guy that is the
Yeah,
guy?
You got to think about that.
Is he taking a back seat to the
Yep.
new guy? Is the new guy Callan
Yep.
and
Yep.
somebody else who's on the Marlies now?
Yeah, yeah.
So you really have to look that far in advance. But
Wow.
here's why that's almost pie in the sky, is that I honestly don't think that as an organization, and maybe Keith Pelly's different. He's the new guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Leafs brass have the stomach to
Yeah.
to think about what that would be like in terms of the fan base and
You know what?
and giving the fan base enough credit that they could
Yeah.
suck it up for.
Here's my take on sucking it up that way. Is that
You've been sucking it up for years.
that's it. We've been doing this through the 80s, through the 90s. We went through this so many times, and I'm one to believe that if the management knows what they're doing, and you have to have confidence in the management, and
Yep.
I'm not so sure I have confidence in the management right now, that they'll take you to that next level, even though it takes 3, 4, 5 years. I'm okay with that. But
Yeah.
but at the same time, you still have to look at what assets can you deliver to other teams
Yeah.
that they want, that you can get something for to help rebuild. But you also, I don't know if they want to tank.
Here's the thing.
They're sellers for sure.
The thing
I think
is,
they should be selling.
the thing
right
is that when you're looking at it that way, if you're taking the position as an organization that we're going to embark on a real rebuild,
now. Right.
which is a dirty word, but it's a real rebuild. Say
Right.
that 3 times fast. And we're taking it down to the studs.
Right.
Now, it makes it easier to look at what you're going to get back for those guys. Because really what you
Right.
want is draft picks
Absolutely.
and prospects.
Yeah.
If you're looking at a shorter term rebuild, now you got to get somebody off of a roster
That's it.
or somebody that's near ready to
That's
go
it. Yeah, yeah.
on the big team.
And
You
I think
still want
that's what
draft
they're gonna
picks.
do. That's what they're going to do, though.
That's the mistake and the trap that I think they've fallen into before,
And they're going to fall into it again.
and they're likely to fall into it. Yeah,
They're gonna-
there's new
because They're
management,
afraid of their freaking. They're afraid of their fan base
which
and the media.
goes back to the first thing you're talking about. Is maybe
Yeah.
they're asking the same question you are. Why does everybody hate the Leafs? we don't want to push
fan
any,
base.
we don't want to push anybody else over the cliff. We want to keep the people that are here. We don't want to piss them off.
Listen,
But
but one of the points that I forgot to make was that even through those rebuilding years that I've gone through, 4 of them, I think, they still fill the seats. It's that
They always do.
That
I
kind
think-
of franchise.
I think that's the thing, is that it's a double-edged sword, is that they do that and they're afraid to maybe not do that to some degree, but I don't see that happening.
It's not gonna
because of Toronto, because it's such
Toronto loves their team.
well, not only that, it's like there's the corporate
Oh yeah,
the
Yeah.
corporate support
yeah.
is
It's through
beyond.
the roof. Yeah, it's
So
through the roof.
I don't think they're in danger of that, but they might think that. And the other part too is that you've got there's the market that's not immediately Toronto, because I don't think they're going to lose that. It's like you were saying before, and I was countering to some degree. Not everybody hates the Leafs, as you were saying.
Right.
They've got huge fandom
Across.
and,
Right.
and so and in markets where other teams exist,
Yeah.
and it doesn't. It might not be something that you or I consider a revenue base, a revenue stream,
Right.
but they sell a shit ton of merchandise
Yep.
and stuff all across the
All
country.
across the country.
And whatever that is, whatever portion that makes of their overall revenue as a company, as Maple Leaf Sports, I don't know what that number is.
Yeah.
But those are things that they might be considering in terms of
Right.
losing those fans or losing
Right.
other fans to Edmonton or to Vancouver or to whatever. I don't think that would happen, because those fans are there. The reason those fans are there is because they were fans before teams existed in those markets.
That's right.
So
That's right.
but who knows what's driving their...
It's generational almost, right? It does come down to that.
Yeah, that's what I would think. And it could be passed down.
Yeah,
Right?
well, yeah, it could be.
So
that's true.
that's part of it too. But
That's true. I couldn't pass it down to my daughter. She didn't want it. So,
she's smarter than that.
well, yeah, nice, nice. So, what do you folks think out there? What do you think the Leafs should do? Should they do? Well, first, do you think they're going to make the playoffs? I don't think so. And this is as of. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're out of it. And if so,
we could save that for a whole other episode.
yeah. If so, what do you think they should do? What's your thoughts on the Leafs? Should they rebuild, and how they rebuild? Let us know in the comments, and maybe we'll add your comment to our next episode.
Who knows?
Who knows? So I think that's it. There is one thing. I heard a rumor that the Leafs are going to build a $3 billion stadium. This was
For
a
what?
rumor. Yeah, I know. It's a rumor. It's a rumor. So
To house their money.
that's right. To back the truck up, or trucks,
Yeah.
and just
On
keep dumping
on
it.
a 24-hour basis.
That's right. It's
Just the conveyor
dumping
belt.
it. Oh my God. Well, that's it for us today. Thank you very much for coming. Again,
Thanks for hanging out.
bunch of Canuckleheads here, and don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe. We really appreciate it. It helps the channel. And until next time, just keep shooting.